My name is Gracie Petrelli, and I serve as Assistant Director in the Office of Undergraduate Admission. Throughout the course of today, you will meet faculty, staff, and students who will share with you our Augustinian Catholic tradition, challenging academic offerings, robust community of student organizations, and all that Villanova has to offer. It is my sincere hope that you find today valuable as you evaluate your future college home. Proudly serving as the nation's only Augustinian Catholic university, Villanova was founded in 1842 by the Friars of the Order of St. Augustine as a direct response to the educational injustice in the city of Philadelphia. To this day, our Augustinian tradition is the cornerstone of our community, in which students learn to think critically, act compassionately, and succeed while serving others. The strength of the Villanova experience comes from our welcoming community where all members are bonded together by the shared responsibility to uphold the ideals of St. Augustine and let the principles of veritas, unitas, and caritas, meaning truth, unity, and love, guide their lives. At Villanova, you will often hear, "Become what you are not yet," which is a phrase from St. Augustine. Villanova's rigorous academic experience, which is rooted in the liberal arts, forms an environment in which students and professors are partners in learning. We are dedicated to providing a personalized experience that fosters each student's intellectual and spiritual well-being. We are home to a diverse group of approximately 6,700 undergraduate students who are studying in over 100 academic programs across our 4 undergraduate colleges. In addition to work inside the classroom, students are encouraged to also serve those in need. Through academic and service programs, Villanova seeks to develop both the heart and the mind, and creates the atmosphere where students are called to ignite change as they move along their journey to become what they are not yet. Today, you will have the opportunity to explore our 260-acre campus that is located just 12 miles west of Center City, Philadelphia. It's an exciting time to be at Villanova, and students in the class of 2029 and beyond will experience all our campus has to offer and will offer in the future. As you walk around, you'll probably notice some blue fences and signage marking the future site of Vic Magidi Hall, the new home of Falvey Library, that will expand Villanova's study, learning, and community spaces while amplifying Villanova's research capacity. While it's not ready for visitors quite yet, we are also looking towards the addition of the Cabrini University campus that will include a mix of academic, residential living, recreational, and athletic uses. We anticipate the green, tree-filled campus to be a great addition to the student experience, and it's expected to open as soon as fall 2026. We hope that your experience on campus today will resonate with you and leave you asking, how can I become a Wildcat? Should you wish to consider Villanova as your new home for the next 4 years, we invite you to submit an application for admission in the coming months. Villanova is a member of the Common Application, which is an application shared by over 1,000 colleges. It includes biographical information, an activities list, and a writing sample. In addition to this common application, we will require the following: a high school transcript, 1 brief Villanova writing supplement, 1 required letter of recommendation from a teacher who has taught you during your high school career. We suggest that you ask a teacher who knows you well and can speak in detail about your contributions in the classroom and interactions with classmates. In addition, if you would like, you can submit 1 optional letter of recommendation from your secondary school counselor. In fairness to all applicants, we will only consider these 2 letters of recommendation. Any additional letters will not be a factor in our application process. We have once again adopted a test optional policy for this application year. This includes all academic programs, as well as the honors program and merit-based scholarship consideration. No applicant will be disadvantaged should they choose to withhold standardized test scores. Should an applicant have scores that they wish to be considered, we will evaluate and superscore both the SAT and the ACT. Additional information surrounding our policies can be found at admission.villanova.edu. Last year, for the class of 2028, we were very fortunate to receive more than 23,800 applications for a targeted 1,720 seats. As we carefully and thoughtfully review each application, we are looking for hardworking students who are intellectually curious, open to difference, and have demonstrated kindness. Through the transcript, writing supplement, and letter of recommendation, we aim to understand who you are. What passions, gifts, and talents might you bring to ignite change in our Villanova community? As you plan to submit your application, we offer 4 rounds of admission sharing 2 deadlines, November 1st and January 15th. On November 1st, you can apply Early Action or Early Decision 1, and on January 15th, you can apply Regular Decision or Early Decision 2. Early Decision includes a binding agreement and is best suited for applicants who know that Villanova is their #1 choice. An applicant may only apply to 1 college or university through Early Decision. If admitted through Early Decision, an applicant is bound to enroll at that institution. Please note that all nursing applicants are required to have successfully completed at least 1 year or unit of biology and chemistry during high school. Advanced levels of these courses are strongly encouraged. If you wish to apply for financial assistance, please know that we offer both need and merit-based assistance. However, the bulk of our resources are allocated to support need-based assistance in alignment with our Augustinian mission. I'm sure you've come to campus today with many questions. Members of the Office of Undergraduate Admission will be available outside of Driscoll Hall following your tour until noon today. But now it's time to learn more about the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing. I am pleased to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Donna Havens, the Connolly Endowed Dean and Professor of the M. Louise Fitzpatrick College of Nursing.
A colleague recently shared with me that when you see a university with construction going on everywhere, that's a very healthy university. So we are certainly quite healthy. Greetings. It is my privilege to welcome you today to this fall preview day. We are delighted that you are considering entering the noble profession of nursing and thinking about preparing for this career at the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing. It's great to see so many aspiring nurses with us today. Also, to see so many young men. We are proud to have a chapter of Men in Nursing in the College of Nursing, and make sure that you take time today to speak with some of those members. The class we just admitted this fall had 13 young men, and that seems to go up or remain in that area every year. A few years ago, like you, I had to make an important decision regarding where to go. I was interviewing to be the dean at several universities, and the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing surfaced as the place for me. I arrived here 6 years ago. What drew me here might be of interest to you. Villanova is a highly regarded university that continues to spiral upward, and the College of Nursing is considered one of the best in the nation. In fact, our undergrad program is ranked as number 23 in the nation by U.S. News, and that included more than 700 undergraduate nursing programs in the country. The college is a global leader. It's known for high-quality nursing education. It's known for faculty mentoring and caring, and you're going to hear a lot about that today. And it is an international leader regarding use of simulation in nursing education. We are also incorporating virtual reality, and as our plans for our new simulation center unfold, plan to include a great deal more. Our College of Nursing has been recognized by the National League for Nursing as a center of excellence in nursing education. It was one of the first 3 in the nation to be recognized with this honor in 2004, and we are proud to have been recognized for the 6th consecutive time last year. Leaders in healthcare organizations across the nation ardently recruit our graduates. More than 98% of our graduates are fully employed within 6 months of graduation. And last year, the top 10 employers included MedStar Georgetown, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Yale New Haven Health System, Duke, the University of Pennsylvania, the Cleveland Clinic, Mainline Health, and Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, just to name a few. And many of our grads go into home health nursing, community care, and clinics. You can tell that I am bursting with pride as the dean. I am also an alum, having earned my master's degree here in the College of Nursing. Why did I come home to Villanova? Because I cherished my education and the special environment shaped by the Villanova ethos and mission. The Villanova mentoring experience in my education laid an exceptional foundation for my professional career, for which I will be eternally grateful. Another draw for me was prior to coming to Villanova, I had spent 15 years at UNC Chapel Hill. I left UNC to come to Villanova because Villanova at the time had a better basketball program, which may be important for you because we are on our way back up. Our aspirations for the college will impact you. We are sparkling nursing hunger for healthcare innovation. We're collaborating with colleges across campus to test and make big ideas come to life. During COVID, some of our students collaborated with engineering faculty and students to create a ventilator, a low-cost, easy-to-make ventilator. Continuing to build our strong global health program is important, and it will influence you. Nursing offers an interdisciplinary minor in global health, which is full. Room for you, however. Our students have opportunities to travel extensively in about 8 countries, including Peru, England, Poland, China, Japan, Dominican Republic, Japan, and South Africa. And now, this is our 2nd year offering this, we offer a full semester abroad in Ireland. And I will tell you that 4 weeks ago, 18 College of Nursing sophomores landed in Ireland, and they are having a wonderful time taking 5 courses in Dingle, and if you've ever been there, it is one of God's most beautiful places on earth. They will take 5 courses, all of which will transfer into our curriculum. And I and 2 other faculty a little later will be going to visit them. I leave next Saturday to spend time being with them, assuring their parents that they're fine, and having fun with them. Elevating your research capacity is another goal of ours. Many opportunities for undergraduates to conduct research under the watchful eye of faculty. And Dr. Beth Dowdell, my colleague, is with us here today to tell you more about that. Students earn a stipend and gain valuable research experience. Many of our students participate in paid summer internships in healthcare organizations all over the nation. So today you will learn from our faculty and our students about Villanova and the College of Nursing. Take it all in and then make your carefully informed decision. To our students, as the dean and as faculty, we promise an exceptional nursing education. To the families and friends here today, I promise that we will take good care of your young people and help them to grow into highly competent professional nurses and exceptional young adults. So welcome to you all. Show me your V's. V's up, and go Cats. It is now my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Dr. Patricia Bradley, the Associate Dean for Inclusive Excellence.
Thank you, Dr. Havens, which we call Dean Donna. Welcome. So I'm here for a couple of reasons. The first is to welcome you and to add my congratulations to all of you for thinking about Villanova. We're happy that you're here. I am the Associate Dean for Inclusive Excellence, and what does that mean? I care about all things that are diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, and what it is like to feel like you belong. I can say that at Villanova, we have something for everyone. And you heard the dean already mention one of the groups. We have many student organizations, and nursing has our own, in addition to the clubs that you can find on campus. What we have found is that students come and they want something particular. If you cannot find it, we tell you, make your own. And that is how the Men in Nursing was born. Our second toddler, I guess I could call it now, we're not babies anymore, is our Multicultural Student Nurses organization. Miss Snow was created by 4 students who said, I really feel like I want to belong here, and I want to help other people to feel that way. And so that organization was born. So when people say, do you have an organization for, we always say, not yet. And we really hope that you will take that to heart. I can say to you that in my 27 years, you heard that, my 27 years here, this has been a place that I feel like I belong. And it is my goal to make sure that each person feels the same way. We have a healthy work environment initiative that comes out of our Office of Inclusive Excellence. We have the student groups that come out of that, and we have days like today where I get to say welcome and to greet you. At Villanova, we have a saying, we hold the door open for you, and I welcome you to come in the door. Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce you to my longtime colleague, Professor Dr. Elizabeth Dowdell. She is the coordinator for undergraduate research and our BSN honors program. Welcome, Dr. Dowdell.
Now I can see you. Good morning. I am excited to share something truly notable happening right here at Villanova University. Undergraduate nursing research. It's thriving in ways you may not expect. Now, when you think of research, you might think and picture labs filled with test tubes and petri dishes, and we have some incredible labs here at Villanova. But at the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing, we have created a dynamic faculty-student mentorship model where students come together with professional researchers and faculty mentors to explore impactful, real-world issues. Let me ask you, did you know our research teams are tackling topics that affect real lives? We are studying how older adults can stay safe in their homes, supporting caregivers of veterans with traumatic brain injuries, exploring how social media influences nutritional choices, and even developing virtual simulation games to improve healthcare education. We're also addressing critical issues like missing and murdered Indigenous women, the issues and social aspects of living with diabetes, and health outcomes for patients who have received organ transplants. Students who have participated in research projects aren't just gaining experiences, they're building professional resumes. Did you know that many of our undergraduate nursing students graduate with a research publication, one or more poster presentations, and a number of them have presented their work at national conferences? And the best part, undergraduate research is open to all students. Here at Villanova, there are resources and opportunities for students to participate across all 4 years. Beginning in their first year at Villanova, nursing students can join research teams or project teams, or even apply to the Villanova First Year Research Match Program, which pays a small stipend for them to work with their faculty during their spring semester. There are also funds available to fund their own student projects. Two of the most popular ones are the Villanova Undergraduate Research Grant, the VERF, or the FCN, Fitzpatrick College of Nursing, Davis Family Undergraduate Student Summer Research Fund. This summer, we had 4 students funded. Villanova also has supports in place to help students find national research opportunities, like the CDC's Undergraduate Public Health Scholars, the Independence Blue Cross Summer Externship, and Fulbright. Whether a paid position or a volunteer opportunity, there are countless ways to get involved, both here at the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing and across campus. Working with faculty on research or on project teams can start whenever a student wants, because evidence-based research, evidence-based projects is embedded throughout the nursing curriculum. As I said at the start of this, the Villanova Undergraduate Nursing Research Program is thriving, and there is space for everyone who is interested in learning and contributing to science. My pleasure now to introduce you to Dr. Catherine Lavecchio, Associate Dean for the Undergrad Nursing Program.
I'm a little taller. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Villanova. Thanks so much for being here today on a Sunday morning. We really appreciate it. I'm a 2-time Villanova grad. I did my first degree in 1985. I graduated, and if you remember that year, that's the year we won the national championships in basketball. So that was a very famous year for Villanova. I also have my doctorate from here. So as you can tell, it is a very wonderful place. We keep coming back to it, and I've been in my role now for 5 years. What I'd like to do is give you some of the answers to the frequently asked questions that I get on a daily basis. So the first one is the NCLEX pass rate. Does everybody in this room know that you have to take a big test at the end? Yes, okay, so that's the national exam, and we have a 95% pass rate from last year. We do not have the current numbers in, we'll get them in October. But I want to say that consistently that we are above the national average and the state of Pennsylvania average. And 95% is an excellent average. So I think it's something that you'd want to know. The other thing I want to say is that we start clinical during the sophomore year. So the spring of your sophomore year is when you'd actually go out and do 48 hours of clinical in a long-term care facility. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. We start clinical a little bit earlier than some other programs, so that would be important to know. We also have over 75 clinical affiliations. That means hospitals, different agencies, home health agencies, many different sources. Dean Havens did mention a few. I will say that we do clinical at the University of Pennsylvania, Thomas Jefferson University Hospital, all of the mainline health systems, Children's Hospital, CHOP, as people know it as, Nemours in Delaware is another very high-ranked children's hospital, and then, like I said, several community health sites around the whole region. We also have clinical opportunities abroad and also in other places in the United States. For instance, in Montana, some of our students go to an Indian reservation and do a week of clinical there. We also have some travel clinical courses that Dean Havens mentioned that students actually can get clinical credit for. So in the Dominican Republic, We also mentioned Dingle, which Dingle Ireland is a full semester, and the other ones we mentioned are only like a week to 2 weeks. The Dingle Ireland, I just want to spend 1 minute on that. All of the courses that the students take, which would be the fall of your sophomore year, so those courses would all transfer back to Villanova. So they'll take the health assessment course in Dingle, the same one that our students take here on our campus. So it's the same exact courses, it's just they're taught in Dingle, Ireland by Irish faculty affiliated with Sacred Heart University in Connecticut. So we can talk more if anybody has individual questions. I can answer anything that you have about that program. We also have many minors, and I know Dean Havens mentioned a few, and I'm just going to re-mention them. The global health is a very popular one. We also have an honors major as well as an honors minor. So you can actually dual major in nursing and as an honors student. So that's just the amount of credits that you take for that program. We also have a minor in peace and justice. You can take a language. You could take psychology. We also have a health humanities minor now, which is new. So there's many opportunities, and we're willing to work with students too if they have something of interest. I also wanted to let you know we have a new curriculum that we just launched 2 years ago. So if you would enter here next fall, you would be in what we call the new curriculum. And I'm just going to give you a couple highlights on why that's new. First of all, any of you that took AP Chemistry or you're planning to take it, if you score a 4 or 5 on that exam, we will accept that for chemistry here at Villanova. So our chemistry credits actually reduced from 8 credits down to 5 credits now. So we have 4 in the course, and then we have 1 kind of study hall that the chemistry professors actually run once a week, and we give the students 1 credit for that. So we have 5 credits total. We also have 3 pharmacology courses now. We used to only have 1. We now have 3, with the final one being a lot of hands-on in our simulation and learning lab. So they'll do more practice for spiking IV bags, giving medications to patients, and really having that whole process of learning the actual content, but also doing it. So we spend a lot of time on that last one doing that. We also have a new microbiology lab. We had some students traveling from different states that required a micro lab in order to sit for boards, so we've added that now to our new curriculum. So all students have a micro lab. So that's a really positive thing. We also moved anatomy and physiology to the freshman year. So it used to be sophomore year, but it's now freshman year, so that content is well known prior to health assessment, which is during the sophomore year. So we have a lot of that foundational sciences, those going on at the beginning. The last thing I wanted to mention is nothing, actually. I'm going to, sorry, my thing is over. Everything was covered that I was going to say, so I kept deleting as we went along. I don't want to keep repeating. But I have the most important part of the day, which is our current students. So I'm going to ask the students to come up, and they're going to introduce themselves. They're going to tell you where they're from, what year they are at Villanova, and also just a few clubs that they might be involved in. And then I'm going to turn it over to you, so you can ask questions of any of us up here, any of the students, and we're just going to be very informal at that point. So come on up, students. Thank you.
On. Is it good? Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Angela. I'm a junior here at the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing. I'm from Westchester, New York. And other than being a nursing ambassador, I'm also involved with Special Olympics here on campus, which is the largest student-run fall fest in the country. And it's such a fun weekend. Everyone here gets involved on campus, and it's a really good way for the athletes to be able to compete against one another and have a good time. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Emma. I'm a senior here at Villanova, and I'm from New York as well. In addition to being a nurse, I'm involved with the new student orientation program as an orientation counselor, also Special Olympics, and I work as a peer mentor in the Simulation Learning Resource Center, which you're all going to be able to tour after this. So,
Hi, everybody. Wow, this is actually kind of crazy. My name is Shane. I'm a junior nurse in the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing. I'm an ambassador, and I'm also a peer mentor in the simulation lab with Emma.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Lee, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. I'm involved in SNAP, which is the Student Nurses Association of Pennsylvania, and I'm also involved in Nova Dance.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Nick. I'm from Corning, New York. I'm a senior nursing major. Some things I'm involved in on campus. I'm a diver on the varsity men's swimming and diving team. I'm the president of the Multicultural Student Nurses Organization, the president of the 13%, which is just a club on campus for Black student athletes. And I'm also the administrative coordinator for the Association for Change and Transformation.
Okay, so now we can open it up to any questions that you may have, and we can have the students or any of us answer. Don't everyone ask at once. Yes. That's an excellent question, and if everyone heard, the gentleman asked what students are getting in Dingle, Ireland that they do not get here. I mean, I think I can answer that by just saying a cultural experience. They also get to live independently as sophomores in the housing. They cook and they have to shop and they have to do a lot of things for just developmental skills. But traveling to another country and taking those courses in another culture are very different than here at Villanova. Some people really just want that opportunity. Did you want to add anything to that? Do you know any students that went to Dingle? Do you want to add? Okay. Nothing to add.
Hi.
Yes.
How many students are accepted to the nursing program, and then what is the retention?
Do you want to answer that, admissions? So we have 100 first-year students, and the actual number that they admit is what they're going to discuss later at that table. So we take about 100, but for the next 4 years, we're actually going to go up in our enrollment to 125. So we'll have 125 in each class. Yes? So the increased enrollment doesn't start till 2026. My apologies. Yeah.
How active is the Catholic faith on campus?
I'm going to let the students answer that.
Yes. So I am involved in mission and ministry, and there's a lot of retreats that are available. We have the first year retreat, which is only for first years, and we also have Catholic Mass that is offered every Sunday. It's like 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. And then they also have 10 a.m. Masses, like early Masses, that are open to the community outside of Villanova. And then there's also a lot of classes that we have here that are rooted in our Catholic faith. And that is also open to everybody who does or does not practice. Yeah.
What percentage of the graduating students go on to other advanced degrees in nursing?
A high percentage, but I don't actually have the specific number. I would say over 70% of our students go on for advanced degrees. Yes.
Hi. I had a question about the clinicals. How does that work? Because it sounded like some of them were far away from campus. So how does that work for the students?
Yeah, so for our clinical rotations, we have clinical once a week. And how things work with the clinical group is at least about like 1 to 2 people, or maybe even 3 people in your group are going to have a car. So some people get to clinical by car, you can do the train, some people Uber sometimes. So it really is just on personal preference, in my opinion. But yeah.
I personally don't have a car on campus, so I've been relying on people in my clinical group, but most of the time we end up carpooling anyway, just because it's more convenient. So I haven't had any issues traveling to clinical, and I found that they're pretty close to campus.
Hi, is it on? How is
Hi,
the
good morning,
workload?
you guys. My name is Ariani, but my question was more specifically for Nick. Do you find it hard to balance everything? Just because you seemed like you were very involved into like the Villanova experience. So I just wanted to know from like a student point of view, how do you juggle it all and like seem to be very active?
Yeah, I would definitely say my freshman year was definitely a lot harder than it is now. I think just because like freshman year was like my first transition into college. I was far away from home. I was meeting new people in a new environment. But I'd definitely say each year it gets a lot more manageable. I wouldn't say that it's easy. I just think that as time goes on, I've gotten better at time management and boundary setting and really understanding things that I can and can't do and knowing, okay, yes, there's like this event on the weekend, but I know I have a test and I have a bunch of meetings coming up in the following week, so it might not be the best idea. But yeah, I would definitely say it's not the hardest thing, but it's not the easiest thing.
Sorry, my question is a little bit about the curriculum. How much of it would be specific nursing classes, and then does Villanova have like a separate program of classes that they would have to take?
So about 60% of our curriculum is in nursing credits. And then about 40% would be all the other courses that a student needs to fulfill the requirements for a baccalaureate degree. And that would be psychology, theology, social studies. We also have the anatomy and physiology, microbiology, and the chemistry courses that kind of round out the whole bachelor's degree. So she asked how many average credits a student would take per semester, and that does vary by semester, but typically a nursing student takes anywhere from 16 to 19 credits. Our curriculum actually has 16, 17, and then students can take an extra credit for those minors and fit it into that up to 20 credits with that flat tuition. So do you want to add anything to that as how many courses you're taking? Or?
So I find that the nursing curriculum is very flexible in the way that if I want to do a minor, I can. So right now I'm double minoring. I'm minoring in psychology and disability studies. And I find that my workload is very good, and the nursing school does very well in accommodating my classes and making sure that I get what I want done.
Hi. There seems to be a real emphasis on belonging and ensuring that you all feel welcomed here on campus. Can you a few students speak about your experience and how the university helped you feel like you belong?
So with the nursing program, every professor here wants to see you succeed and see you grow as a person. Once again, like coming into freshman year, it was very nerve-wracking. You're far away from home, you miss your family. But I feel like once you establish good habits, make a good friend group, have a balance between social and your work life, I feel like it's definitely a good thing to have. But having a sense of belonging on campus, I feel like just getting involved. Everyone here in the community wants to see you succeed. Everyone here in the nursing program wants to see you succeed, and yeah.
I would say that for me, there are a lot of affinity groups on campus, and for me, that really helped me find a place where I can belong. So, like the Black Student Union, the African Caribbean Villanovans Club, and there's just a lot of clubs on campus for students to find a safe space and to find people who have similar identities and beliefs and backgrounds, and I think for me, that was the most important thing. So I remember at the involvement fair my freshman year, I was like, okay, I got to find all these clubs, I just got to meet people and everything. And also, going off of what Angelina said, I think it's also important to find a group of people within the nursing program who you can trust and people who you can just vibe with and study with, because it is a hard major. It's really difficult to do nursing alone, so it's really important to make sure that you have an external and an internal support system.
I just have a quick question about the dual enrolled courses and whether or not the college accepts them for general ed requirements.
I'm going to ask our admissions person to field that question. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cheryl Wirt, Director of Recruitment here at the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing. Regarding that question, it depends on where the course was taken. So this comes through the provost office. If the course was taken on the college campus, taught by a college professor, and college students were in the course, then we could consider transferring those credits in with a final grade of a C or above. A lot of high schools offer the opportunity for you to attend those courses at the high school, in which case Villanova would not transfer those in. So you want to ask that question of everywhere you're applying, but it has to check those boxes. Does that answer the question?
If I could just go back to the question about belonging, Villanova has an amazing program that takes place in after about the first 3 weeks of class, where faculty and staff go visit all of the new freshmen in their dorm rooms. It's one evening after dinner, and it's called House Calls, and it is one of the most remarkable programs. You go visit them, you see how they're doing, we're here for you if you need help. It's been really fun. When I've gone, some of the students have cookies set out for us, they're entertaining us. It's been a great experience. But again, it's to check on everybody. How are they doing? Are they fitting in? How are they feeling? How's it going with the roommate? But that's just another program that we offer.
Yeah, morning. Oh, that's loud. I believe I heard you say that the program's ranked in the top 25 in the nation. What is the average starting salary upon graduation, and how does that stack up against the peer competition?
So last year, the average starting salary for our nursing students was about $82,000. Now that depends on where you're working, the geographic locale, the type of nursing that you're practicing, but it was the average was 82, and I believe the last couple of years, the nursing majors had higher starting salaries than any of the other colleges on campus. Of course, nursing's in demand, but yes.
Regarding the global health studies minor, how many countries do they go to and for how long?
Do you want to answer that? Go ahead.
So for the study abroad?
Or the global health.
Oh, global health?
Do you want me to take global health?
Oh, I'm not.
So I'll take that question. The global health courses vary. Most of them are a week to 2 weeks long, so we're going to consider that those smaller travel trips. The ones that we talked about in Dingle, that's a whole semester. So there's two quite different opportunities. And students do not have to travel to be in the global health minor. That is an option for them, but they can take all the courses but not actually travel.
I'm wanting to know more about the living learning communities. If the students could address that, thank you.
I was never in the living learning community, but I have some friends who did them. So essentially, your freshman year is called like a communitas, and you're able to choose, if I'm not mistaken, what you want to do, and you sort of get paired with people who are in the same communitas. So I don't know the current dorm that it is now because the dorm changes every year, but my freshman year was in Stanford. So how that worked was pretty much everybody who lived in Stanford was in a communitas.
Yeah, I was in the leadership communitas my freshman year, and I feel like it gave me some great benefits to it. And another thing is that you also get paired up with the people in your ancients and moderns class, so you actually grow really close with them. It's a 1-credit course. You meet once a week for I think about like 2 hours, and I just think that it has so many benefits to it, and I think that there's a bunch of other ones. I know there's like exercise and fitness, something like that, sustainability, but yeah, definitely a great program to get involved in.
I would love to know more about club sports at Villanova.
Yeah, so with the club sports, there's a whole bunch of club sports. We have like club volleyball, basketball, swimming, water polo, rowing. There's just like a plethora of club sports. Pretty much how that works, they do try out sort of like at the beginning of the school year, so around like, I would say after the involvement fair. And yeah, you just try out, and then if you make it, you're on the team. So I have some friends on like club soccer, and they have games. So for club soccer, it's a fall sport, so they have like games during that. But then with certain club sports, there's also the opportunity to go to like a national meet. So one of my friends, she's on the women's club soccer team, and 2 years ago they went to the national meet in Florida. Oh, not meet, game, my bad.
If you could give advice to any new students coming into the program, what would it be?
I would say take everything with an open mind and try to embrace all of the possibilities and opportunities that we have here at Villanova. There's so many things to take advantage of, whether it's academically, such as like the different clinical opportunities and the simulation lab, or just meeting with professors during office hours and building that relationship with them early on is really beneficial. But then also on the other side of it, taking advantage of the clubs and meeting new people and understanding while nursing is a really hard major and it's a very demanding course load, it's still really manageable, and you want to make the balance of academics and social life while you're at college. But yeah, nursing is a great career. As a senior, I have no regrets, so I would definitely highly consider coming here for nursing.
I think my biggest piece of advice would just to take everything one day at a time. Like Emma said, it's not an easy major, it's not an easy course load, but if you kind of take everything apart, not look at the whole picture, it becomes much more manageable.
I'd also add to that, I think it's one piece of advice I would give is to advocate for yourself, because there's so many resources here that Villanova offers, and with nursing being such a demanding major, there's a whole support system out here, and we're all here to help each other, and you can't accomplish things by yourself. So definitely advocate for your needs, and if you need any help, we're here.
Going off of what everyone said, I would say mine would be breathe, you're more than capable, and you're enough. I feel like with nursing, it's a very tricky major, and the imposter syndrome within the nursing program, it's real, because it is hard, and there's times where it's like, okay, like, I know I'm smart, but this content is just not clicking. So just reminding yourself that you're in the nursing program for a reason, and even if you're having a hard time, you're still smart, and you're more than capable of becoming a great nurse.
Yeah, while this is very challenging, it's so rewarding at the same time. Just being able to make these friendships, and you're going into a great career path. So once again, just take it all in now.
Can you describe what your weeks are like?
I would say it looks a little bit different, just kind of semester by semester, year by year. So freshman year, you're definitely having more of like those general ed courses while also taking those intern nursing courses. So I would say it's like class 4 or 5 days a week, depending on your schedule. And then any like activities or studying that you choose to do after class. But going into junior and senior year, you're gonna have clinical once a week, either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, and then you'll have class on Tuesday and Thursdays. So you will have 2 days where you don't have classes that I personally use to study and work a job on campus. But yeah, I would say it varies by semester in terms of like course load and stuff. Definitely when you go into junior and senior year, it's gonna be majority nursing classes, such as med-surg, labor and delivery, psychiatrics, critical care, those more dense nursing courses, and less so the general eds.
How about if we take 1 or 2 more questions, and then I'm just looking at the time. I want to make sure we have plenty of time to get over to the simulation lab. Yes.
Hello. Hello. In the back.
Hello.
How you doing? Got a question regarding your students. What does Villanova do to prepare their students for different environments? Like for instance, psychiatric, which would be a lot more tougher environment.
Yeah, so in addition to having the lectures for each course as well as the clinical, something I really like about the program is that we have extra lab days to supplement our clinical and academic learning. So for instance, on a day that you wouldn't have class or clinical, you would be going down to the Simulation and Learning Resource Center and doing different scenarios with peers in your clinical group as well as an instructor, where you would go through different scenarios with a standardized patient, which is a paid actor that comes to help us with different scenarios and act as a patient. So that's really cool, and that we're able to do that in addition to learning with the mannequins. So depending on each course, you'll do something specific to that course. So for med-surg, you'll do like a scenario about someone who is having a diabetic crisis. Or in labor and delivery, you'll do a lab scenario where someone's giving birth, and just kind of learning how to handle those different situations that you may or may not see in clinical, just depending on where you are or the day and like that kind of patient population. But just to solidify those kind of concepts that you're learning in class.
Okay, so 1 more question, and then we can answer questions at any time afterwards as well. Go ahead.
That's awkward.
So like right now, my 3 roommates, my direct roommate's a stats major, my one roommate's a chem major, and then the other one's in the business school. And I think my freshman and sophomore year, when you're also taking not just the nursing classes, when you're taking some of the general eds, you meet other kids in different majors, so that allows you to branch out and meet other people. So you're not just stuck with the tight-knit group of the nurses, but it is nice to kind of be able to branch out early on, and you do get those friendships.
Okay, so my main question is for the students, and it's, how would you guys describe the change from being in high school to going to college, especially going into such a rigorous program like nursing?
I would say for me, the change was definitely culture shock, just being away from home. And in terms of academics, I feel like in high school, I definitely challenged myself. I did like AP and IB courses, but I think coming into college and doing college level courses, I think some of them were a little easier than the AP and the IB courses, just how they were set up. Because I feel like what makes like an AP course hard is you're at high school for 8 hours and you have clubs or sports, you might have work, whereas in college you sort of only have class a couple days a week. So you have a bit more time to focus on that, and it might be like a heavier course load, but I feel like in the grand scheme you might have a little bit more time. And then also what made the academics hard was definitely just figuring out how to study. I feel like the way that I studied in high school, it didn't really work for me my freshman and my sophomore year, and it took me a little bit of trial and error to figure out how to study for like all the nursing content now. So I feel like the best way to study for me now is just like active recall, like flashcards, watching videos, taking notes, what else? And writing on like a whiteboard here and there.
Thank you for your questions. And again, we'll be here if you have any other questions.
All right. Can we take a moment to thank our speakers from the College of Nursing and our student panelists? Okay, so members of Blue Key, who are student tour guides, will be here to take you around our campus. Your tour is going to finish at Driscoll Hall, which is the home of the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing. As you approach the building, we encourage you to speak with members of various student organizations, campus resources, and my colleagues from undergraduate admission. We also think it is worth noting that our bookstore is currently closed today. However, at our admissions table outside Driscoll Hall, we will have coupons available to you to purchase from the bookstore online. But it's now time to go on a campus tour. Please exit to the pavilion to your left, and you will be matched with a tour guide immediately, so please make sure that your entire group is together and ready. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day on our campus.